Welcome back. It is Monday, December 19th in the NBA. My three favorite picks are on the way, but first we got a special guest. Let me introduce him. Get those brooms out. Our second sweep in the last 3 days. We go 3-0 on Sunday, sweeping the slate. Marcus Smart's over in points. He gets that done. That was plus 100. We'll take it. Julius Randle goes under in points. And to Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, same game parlay. Yeah, that cashes with ease, and I don't know if we'll ever get that at minus 125 again. Both guys score 38 and like 43 points. Either way, we will take it on the week, up 9.71 units, 18-7 overall. It's the beginning of a new week. We're going to wipe the slate clean. We'll still keep track of our record on the year, but if you're new, go down below, hit that subscribe button. We're trying to hit 60K subscribers. We appreciate all the new people joining the community. Drop a like too. Drop your favorite pick today, and if we helped you make some money, go become a COS All-Star. Look, it only costs $2.99 a month. You get our plays early. You get some cool extra perks like me shouting out your name at the end of the video, and sometimes getting the plays early reduces a lot of juice. It will pay for the subscription in itself when the plays cash. So click that join button down below. If you want to buy some Call on Our Shot merch, you know where to go. CallOnOurShot.com. I'm rocking the hoodie today for some good vibes. And look, it's Monday. It's Monday Night Football's already live. Rams versus Packers video. We've been hot in the NFL too. 7-1 this week, trying to move to 9-1. Go check out that video after this one. And as a little bit of a surprise, we're gonna have two added plays today. Look, I'll have them in the pinned comment section down below. Now, I don't know what they will be, but there's 2 or 3 spots that I circled, but we don't have lines for. The books are sleeping in on a Monday morning. Can't blame them. We got to pay for some Christmas gifts somehow. So we'll have 2 added plays in the pinned comment. As always, I post those for the All-Stars first, but hopefully we'll have those out early afternoon. I'll say by 3 p.m. Eastern time, just waiting for some lines. Let's move into our first play though for this day. Going to James Harden. I like his under, 39.5 PRAs, minus 115 on FanDuel. Our under of the day, and they've been smacking. And if you need an individual line, you don't have PRAs, which is points, rebounds, and assists all combined, then I would lean towards Harden's under 22.5 points, and you'll kind of understand why. Now, today, the Philadelphia 76ers back at home taking on Toronto, and if I'm ever going to target an under on Harden, it's probably against Toronto. Now, I got to be honest. The Raptors defense has not been as good as it has been in the past, largely due to the absence of OG Anunoby and Gary Trent Jr., who has missed a couple games here and there. I don't know if he plays tonight or not. But last night, we saw the Raptors get absolutely smoked. They gave up 126 points to the Warriors at home, and their starters got benched the last 4 to 5 minutes. Now, today I expect the Raptors defense, which hasn't been great over the last 3 games, to at least step up. I mean, this is a big-time division game. Obviously, the Sixers and Raptors don't really love each other. And I just look at this, the starters are going to have to show up in this game. And the Raptors and Sixers always play each other tough. And this is an Atlantic Division game. These divisional games are a little bit different than the regular season games like the Raptors against the Warriors. But since Harden's return, got to give him props. He's been pretty good. We've taken his over before, and he's hit. He's at 32, 44, 44, 43, and 41 PRAs over his last 5 games, going over this line in 4 straight. Now, you got to like that, but he's had some advantageous matchups. I mean, he got to play the Lakers, the Hornets, the Kings, and the Warriors. 4 of the probably 8 worst defenses in the league. While the Raptors defense hasn't been great recently, they're better than all those defenses. I think the Raptors step up here today on the road. Now, Harden has struggled versus Toronto in his career, but especially over the last 10 matchups versus them, averaging just 17.3 points per game, 9.7 assists per game, and 5.4 rebounds per game. That's 32.4 PRAs, almost 8 below what he needs to get the over. Obviously, we're on the under. And you saw a lot of those games. A lot of those included the playoff series from last year. Harden was playing 40, 42 minutes a night in those games. Those are must-win games. These are not a must-win game for the Sixers, and so I don't think he really plays 40 minutes, and obviously the blowout potential is always there as well. Harden went under this line in 8 of those 10 matchups, going over. I think the games he went over, he ended with like 41 and maybe 42, so barely going over. Look at the last 3 games just for Harden in the regular season. He's just attempted 12, 13, and 15 field goal attempts, so it's not like the volume's ridiculous. If Harden goes out there, clanks it up, he ain't getting this line. He's not dropping a Nikola Jokic game from last night, 27 rebounds, like 10 assists. It's not going to be Harden. So, look, everyone's healthy on the Sixers besides Tyrese Maxey. Obviously, we'd love if he was out there, but he'll be out for this game. Furkan Korkmaz off the bench might be there. He might not. He doesn't really move the needle for me. But Anthony Melton, Tobias Harris, Shake Milton, all these guys are healthy. You see Joel Embiid's line at 32.5. I think this is a big Embiid day. I think he cooks this Raptors team. I don't really think Harden has a big night. I'll take his under 39.5 PRAs. There's a lot more ways to cash that than going over. I know he's going over 4 straight. I think he goes under in this one. Now, for my next 2 picks, I got to be honest. We had a weird limited slate on Monday. We have a lot of games, but this book's, like I said, sleeping in. And I hate taking juice props, but this will probably be my one exception as I'm going to Zion Williamson of the Pelicans, taking his over 4.5 assists, minus 133 on Caesars. If you've been watching my channel, you know we don't take juice props. This is probably the most juice you would normally see me, and I'd probably take this up to minus 150. And if you don't want to lay the juice, look, I'm fine with it. You don't have to. You can move on to the next one. If you're like, Austin, how do you feel about it at 5, which is the line on PrizePicks? I'm cool with that too, but I'm going to take this, and you understand why, but look, I don't like taking juice props because when they lose, it just hurts a little bit more. But we're only putting 1 unit. We're not putting, 1.33 units trying to win back a full unit. So let's talk about Zion because he has a really tough matchup today against the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, it's no surprise to see Zion's points line lowered to 25.5. I lean the under on that, but I don't want to disrespect Zion like that. I just think this is a more facilitating game for Zion. And we know the Bucks are going to pack the paint. They don't allow a lot of points per game in the paint. Also don't allow a ton of assists, but Zion's been averaging so many potential assists. I think you can get over this because Zion's likely going to draw the Giannis Antetokounmpo matchup, and Brook Lopez is always camping out in the paint. 2 of the best rim protectors the league has to offer. Now, look, the last 10 games without Brandon Ingram, who is slated to miss today. Brandon Ingram is going to return one of these games and screw up all the lines, but hopefully it's not tonight. But you've seen Zion average 5.9 assists per game on 13.3 potential assists per game. Zion's had 5+ assists in 7 of those 10 games, including 2 games that he ended at 4 on the hook. 2 of those 3 games, he scored 35 points. I really don't expect Zion to score 35 points tonight with Giannis and Brook Lopez in the paint. I expect them to make him drive, but be forced to kick it out to the shooters and make them knock down some shots. You've seen over the last 3 games, Zion's turned it up a notch. 5, 8, and 9 assists in his last 3 games, so going over in 3 straight. And in 3 career games versus Milwaukee, he's had 5, 7, and 6 assists. So he's gone over in all 3 games against Milwaukee in his career, and that was not really the role he's been playing over the last 10 games. More of like a point forward, if you will, bringing the ball up, facilitating the offense, averaging the most passes on this team. So look, you can add a same game parlay and you can put a safe leg in there like a Giannis 20 plus points or something like that. But I really do think Zion does go under. I know it's juiced. I don't like taking juice props. I apologize. This might be a one-time occasion where we go above like minus 133, but I do think Zion has a very good chance. I'll take his over 4.5 assists as my second play of the day. Like I said, this is why I'm adding 2 plays because I feel bad this one's juiced. Now, for my third and final play, but like I said, 2 added plays will be in the pinned comment section down below, so you can wait for those. We're going to Darius Garland, a guy that made us some coin a couple nights ago. I'm taking his over 19.5 points. I'm going to put 20 plus points because I'm taking the FanDuel like specific point selection, minus 125 on FanDuel. Now, you can take this at 20.5, but as people know, Darius Garland, when we took his over 19.5 points just a couple days ago, he ended at 20 on the hook. So if you take 20.5 and he does it, he lands on 20 on the hook. I don't need to see the comments. Look, I'm taking 20 plus points, laying a little bit of juice for that reason. Now, let's talk about Garland as they're taking on Utah Jazz and they're at home for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, look, I've seen so many people on Donovan Mitchell's over. And while I'm not going to root for those people to lose money, I don't want to do that. But Donovan Mitchell, obviously going up against his former team in the Utah Jazz, everyone is on Donovan Mitchell's over. And I just don't like taking those revenge game narratives every single time. I swear they haven't been profitable this year. People are just thinking, oh, he's got a terrific matchup. He's going to go out there and cook them. The Jazz aren't stupid. Several players on the team for the Utah Jazz were traded for Donovan Mitchell. The Cleveland Cavaliers thought those guys were worse than Donovan Mitchell. Every person in the NBA has some pride, and I think if they're gonna come out here, the Jazz are gonna stop one guy. They're gonna say, you know what, Donovan Mitchell, we're not letting you beat us. Make someone else beat us. And we've seen the Jazz get used and abused by guards, especially point guards, giving up the 3rd most points per game to point guards this season at 27.67 per game. Darius Garland is the point guard for the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Jazz allow the most points per game in the paint in the NBA. Well, who leads the Cavaliers in drives per game? Darius Garland at almost, I think, 17.5 per game. That's more than 4 more than Donovan Mitchell. The Jazz also allow just the 6th fewest assists per game, so Darius Garland, who can sometimes be pass happy, he's going to drive to the rim. He's not going to be able to pass the ball. They just don't normally sag off their guys. He's going to have to shoot the ball. The over-under is 222, very high for a Cavaliers game. That's a fast-paced game. They're at home where Garland's averaging 24.9 points per game compared to just 16.3 on the road. Garland has 20-plus points in 9 of 13 home games this year. Hopefully he makes that 10 of 14. I'd much rather Darius Garland today. They keep moving his line up despite him not having 21 points in like 8 straight games. So I think Garland finally gets over that hump of 21 points, but we're taking 20 plus points for safety. Garland shot 18 times last game. The volume return, that was a very, very low scoring game against the Mavericks when it was over. They wouldn't even into overtime, and they only scored 7 points combined in overtime. Look, I think Darius Garland comes back here, plays pretty well. Great matchup against the Jazz. I much prefer him over a guy like Donovan Mitchell. I still think Mitchell gets his. If you want to take like a 25 and 15 point SGP, go for it. But I think Darius Garland has a pretty good game. I'm taking his over 20 plus points, also 19.5 points or 20.5. If you have to take that, I don't mind that as well. But if you have a FanDuel or like a DraftKings, maybe same game parlay, Mr. Garland 20 plus points plus like 1-3, and you'll get some good value on that. Now, those are our 3 plays of the day. As always, we're going to add some plays. Check the pinned comment section down below, and you'll see those. Time to shout out some new COS All-Stars. You'll see those by like 3 p.m. Eastern time, maybe earlier. We'll see. Time to shout out some COS All-Stars. If you want to become one, go down below. Hit that join button. We got a couple new ones. I appreciate all you guys supporting the channel. We got Julian, probably pronouncing a lot of these wrong. That's what we normally do. Orvin, we got X Cortion, we got Cass, we got Dwight, we got Brooke, we got Hoa, John, Ty, Emo, Sion, Keith, Cameron, Mario, Stephen, Francis, JHFJ, Patrick, Dennis, Harry, Katie, the GOAT Katie, Bill, Wolf King 240, Martin, Troy, Jason, Paul, Divine Royalty 33, Deli Ray, Jerwell, pronounce that wrong, Carlos, Cole, the Crazy Cheddar, and Eric. You guys, the real MVPs. We appreciate you guys. If you want to become an all-star, go click the join button down below. Only $2.99 a month. Monday Night Football, I'm going to put it right here. Boom. Click that video. You'll see my favorite picks for Monday Night Football. Rams versus Packers, player prop, game pick, same game parlay. Let's go have a great day in the NBA. Have a great day in the NFL. For those added plays in the pinned comment section down below, send them to the All-Stars first. Let's have a great day. Have a great Monday. Have a great week. Let's keep it moving, people. See you guys back again in the next one. Peace.